Hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop1970. This is my review for a day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review. And this is the movie review that I've been waiting for quite a while. So here it is, ladies and dudes. My next movie review is Princess Mononoke. And this is everybody's most favorite Hayao Miyazaki film of all time. But to me, I will say it's a good movie, but not my all-time favorite. But I still enjoy the movie for most of the time here and there. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here is my 36th movie review of Princess Mononoke. So let's head on to the plot of the story. So the movie starts off with a very cool young bad A-word prince named Hashitaka, who has a very mysterious curse in his arm after he got attacked by some type of big giant warhog who's in a very mysterious curse to become in a big giant rampage and start becoming a demon and gain control by millions of worms that's controlling all over its body. And sadly, the elderly lady said that Hashitaka is gonna have a very bad fate where the evil mark is gonna spray over his body, both skin and flesh and bone, whatever. Hashitaka is going to die with this evil curse that he has. But the only way that Hashitaka can be cured, if he can get rid of his bad curse, is he needs to go to the journey into the west and find this mysterious spirit type of deer creature who has a mysterious look on his face, and maybe it could find a way to heal his curse in time. So yeah, his villagers had no choice but to exile him, and Prince Hashitaka is going to the west. While he's heading to the west, he's going to meet so many challenges here and there, where there's going to be a war coming between the humans and some animals who are gods or demons, whatever, and they're gonna face each other to death by destroying whatever it's gonna happen in the world of Japan, I guess. And also, Hashitaka is gonna fall in love with this very young girl who is part of the wolf tribe named San, aka Princess Mononoke. And let's just say their Mia is in a pretty rocky start. Even San is also a curse as well, be part of the wolf tribe and try to become a guardian or something for all the demons and animals alike. It's really hard to say about San, but Hashitaka is definitely the most easiest part of the story, if you know what I mean. So yep, there's going to be a war coming between the animals and demons and humans all together. So the only question remains is, will ever Hashitaka find a way to break his curse on time? Will ever he and Sun will, put up their differences and try to work things out of getting rid of this evil war for good? Or what's going to happen when the whole entire human and demon world are, clashing together and, start having this evil war and all that stuff. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that's my whole entire plot of Princess Mononoke, and I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, I really do enjoy this movie. I will say I did enjoy the storyline for the most part. The characters were half likable and half memorable. I do enjoy the animation. I like the action, the drama. It had a really good score. And I know this is, in everybody's opinion, this is everybody's most favorite Hayao Miyazaki film of all time. and I first saw it on Toonami. I did remember seeing on TV many, many years ago. For me, I will say it was a good movie, but sadly has a few flaws here and there. But anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of Princess Mononoke. I will say for the strongest points of Princess Mononoke will be a tie. Just a tie between these three memorable characters I will mention for the character part in part 2 and the score. I will say for the three most memorable characters I will enjoy for Princess Mononoke will be Prince Hashitaka, his ilk, I forgot the ilk's name, and those cute little naked creatures. They were so cute in so many ways, but I will mention them for the character wise. And also for the score, there were two memorable scores that I will never forget in this movie that is so darn mind blowing. One is the score called The Legend of Hashitaka. I mean, that was a very awesome score. And I will never forget when I first heard that score in the beginning of the film. It was so darn mind blowing. I mean, I love the rhythm, I love the sound, I love the tone of the score. It was so darn beautiful in so many ways. As for Journey to the West, I also love that score. That score was one of the best scores I ever heard for this movie that was pretty well told. A score that is all about when Hashitaka is heading on to his most epic journey of his life to go on to this very dark, important quest of finding a way to find a cure for this very evil curse that he had in his arm. And he will do the best he can to go to the West and find so many clues and mysteries and try to solve the answer of what he needs to seek with eyes unclouded by hate. So yeah, I will say the strongest points for the movie will be the score and the three most memorable characters I enjoyed from the film. And now, ladies and dudes, let's go on to the most weakest point of the movie. And there's only 4 main weak points I found with this movie. That is kind of messed up for me. Okay, for my first main weak point of the movie is, I will say Princess Mononoke is way too much of a rated R film. I don't see it as a PG-13 film. If there's any Miyazaki film that I see in a PG-13 wise, is Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro. I think that movie is way more PG-13 rated to me than Princess Mononoke. The problem I have with Princess Mononoke is it has too much violence, it has a couple bloody moments, and it has a few gory moments. I mean, I wish this movie should have toned down a bit and try to make it PG-13 wise. I don't mind a bit of action, a bit of violence in the film, but I think it's the blood and the gore that was way too much for me to watch. It does feel like a rated R film to me, even if this movie doesn't have much, it didn't have any nudity or sexual contents. You get the story. So yeah, my first main weak point is it's way too close as a rated R film. The second weak point I found with this movie is the two characters, San and Alea Boshi. I will say they were okay characters, but there's a few flaws I found with these two characters that I'm not happy about. For San, I will say the biggest problem I have with her is she is just lying to herself. I mean, she lied to herself about that she doesn't care about only one human that she already met all this time in the movie. And to me, in my opinion, it looks like San is starting to care about Hashitaka a lot, And I do appreciate her for taking care of Hashitaka while he remains unconscious for what had happened when he got a bullet surrounding his rib or something. So I think the problem is, yeah, Sana is lying to herself that she doesn't care about one human at all. And Sana needs to know that, yeah, it is true that humans are bad, but you need to know that there's some humans out there who are very, very good in so many ways. If you know what I mean. And as for Lady Eboshi, I do understand she cares about her villagers a lot, but I don't like the part where she decided to leave them behind while there's a war going on, and she's going on a stupid mission with those dumb monks who's going after that creature who has that, you know, that mysterious look on its face, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, there is a few flaws that I found in those two characters. One, first on, she is lying to herself for not caring about Hashitaka at all, and for Leiboshi, I don't like the part where she's leaving her people behind while there's a war going on and being with those dumb monks who wants to go after the creature and get its head. That's really darn bad news. Okay, the third main weak point I found with this movie is I just wish that Hashitaka's ilk should have talked. I think that will be a very nice plot twist to the film is what will happen if Hashitaka's ilk should have talked all this time in the movie, or maybe like somewhere around the near end of the film. I would like to see the Hashitaka's ilk talk if I can remember that character's name, the ilk. I would like to hear some parts if Ashitaka will ever know that his ilk talk. Just like the warthogs and the wolves and the apes, you know, all these animals, they know how to talk like real humans do, I guess. So yeah, that's my third main weak point of the film. And my fourth main weak point of this movie is I wish there's some character development and chemistry between Son and Hashitaka. I just wish that those two characters should have got to know each other more and, you know, get to know their storylines, their personalities and attitudes. And I would like to see a part if they'll ever start to fall in love. I would love to see that happening for Princess Mononoke, but sadly it did not happen. They only knew each other for a short period of time, for only 3 or 4 days ago, all this time in this movie, and I'm so darn disappointed about it. So, yeah, those are my 4 main weak points about this film. This movie is way too close as a rated R film. There's a few flaws between Leiboshi and Son. I wish Hashitaka's ilk could talk, and I wish there's more character development and chemistry between Son and Hashitaka. So yeah, those are my 4 major weak points of the film, along with my 2 good strongest points of the film. And I'll be back for a couple of minutes as I tell you about my 3 most memorable characters I do enjoy this movie, and my final thoughts of the film. So don't go away.